When Audrey McLaughlin announced that she was stepping down, it was the last thing in the world that I was thinking about doing. And I actually was thinking I'd been long enough in the political trenches, and I had begun to explore quite actively the idea of going into some international development work. I was quite enthusiastic about that. But then people started saying, oh, well, we can't have another woman leader because it didn't work out so well after the previous woman leader. Well, I was aghast. First of all, it had nothing to do with Audrey McLaughlin's leadership, that these bigger forces were sort of at work, eating away at the party. But secondly, I was appalled to think of how rampant the sexism would have to be in the party for there to be a movement to say we can't have a second woman leader. I mean, we'd had male leaders always, and all political parties had male leaders always. And whenever there was a male leader who didn't take the party to great heights, nobody said, oh God, we can't have another male leader, we can only have a woman leader. So my reaction was, it was pretty irrational, but it was based on my having gotten very involved in the women's movement and in the party, and I saw them as so integrally intertwined. It was partly a fit of pique or a fit of passion or something to say, I'll be damned if the party that I care about and that I believe embraces the values on which we want to build Canada into the future is not going to have a woman leader in the race. So, I kind of jumped in, and, with a lot of support from people who felt the same way. I guess you would place the three candidates along a continuum, as you would expect, that Sven Robinson was running from British Columbia, which always would have been the most militant, the most activist, the most, member of the party as a sort of provincial section. Laura Nystrom was running from Saskatchewan, where the history was very, very different and much more conservative culture, with a history of electing CCF and NDP governments. So a much more moderate, conservative perspective. And in some ways, I was seen as maybe the consensus candidate that could knit the party together respectfully, or respecting the contributions that each of Sven and Lauren represented, because they weren't just doing that as solo operators, they were reflecting genuine elements of the party that existed throughout the country.